For more, we are joined now by Mirah Riben, author of several books on international adoption, including The Stork Market, which you can see on the screen now. She joins us live from New York. Mirah, thank you very much for being with us. Now, Maxime died almost a month ago, yet news of this has only just emerged. Why have the U.S. authorities been so slow to respond?
I can't answer that. Today was the first that I heard about it myself. And what I read just within the hour is that the death is under investigation by the sheriff's office in the town in Texas where it took place.
Now, there has been strong opposition to Russia's recent adoption ban. In light of this case and 20 others, does such a plan make more sense now?
Well, it always has to me. I've always believed that Russia should stop these adoptions, and I hope that they maintain this ban and don't yield to pressure.
Now, U.S. parents adopt thousands of children from around the world every year. Do you think that they are adequately protected from other countries?
In general, adopted children are no more protected here in the United States, whether they're internationally or domestically adopted, no matter what country they're adopted from. Once they're adopted into a family, they are treated as if they are the same as they were born into that family, and there is no greater protection afforded any adopted child than there is any other child. So it's only if abuse is reported.
Right, and you mentioned that there's no difference.
Unfortunately, that's usually after the fact.
Now, you mentioned that there's no real difference in terms of protection between children who are born naturally to a family or adopted children. Why do you think so many parents would not just from America, but all over Europe, seek to adopt Russian children or children in general?
Well, there's a high demand for children for adoption. There's a high prevalence of infertility, and now same-sex couples are also vying to adopt, so there's a demand. And the demand is great for Russian children in particular because they are Caucasian and most often blonde-haired and blue-eyed, and they are the more desirable children for adoption, since most of those adopting are Caucasian, and they simply prefer a child that looks like them. So there's high demand, but Russia need not commodify children and yield to that demand.
Now, speaking of this,
they can certainly protect the children much better. Yeah, I think that Russians and any country can protect children better within their own country.
Now, you mentioned the idea or the concept of more desirable children. Do you think that children adopted from countries which are perceived to be poorer or less advanced are treated differently than in their new families when they get there?
I think there's just more of a prevalence of children in tragic situations. The more poverty there is in a country, obviously, the more tragic situations there are, and that's at the root of adoption. And if you really want to treat this issue, you treat it at the root, and you try and resolve some of these social, economic issues that create these tragedies, that create these children to be separated from their families and need to be adopted in the first place. Russia needs to do that, as well as the United States and every country. The U.S. has 500,000 children in state care. So each country needs to work on preventing the socio-economic conditions that are creating that.
Well, thank you very much for your thoughts on the subject, Mirah Riben. Appreciate you being here with us on RT.